Good morning, everybody. This is Mark Lazelle. I'm the Business Website Director at Healy Consultants Group in Singapore. I have with me today Raka Banerjee. She's the Senior Client Engagements Manager in the company, also here in Singapore. And Raka has fairly recently completed an engagement for a client in Brazil. And she's here with me today to discuss the engagement, how it went, some of the challenges she faced, and some of the takeaways. So good morning, Raka.
Good morning, Mark, and thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. Raka, will you just give me a little bit of background first as to the client, who they were and what they were looking to achieve in Brazil?
Sure. So our client was a quite big client. They are a publicly listed company. The clients are a commercial manufacturing and packaging company for alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverage. They already have a presence in Latin America, and they required our assistance to establish a permanent presence in Brazil. Through the new Brazil company, they wanted to provide a range of comprehensive services, including professional designing, installation, and commissioning and sales of equipment for fluid food engineering and brewery, beverage, aseptic filing, among other services.
Very good. And will you just give us a rundown as to how the engagement proceeded and what some of the challenges were during the engagement?
Sure. So for Brazil company setup, there are a few requirements. Firstly, we had to determine what kind of corporate structure would be ideal for our client. For this engagement, in order to ensure that it's done in a timely manner and we provide the deliverables and the company setup is completed in a pre-agreed timeline, we recommended the client to go with a structure called Ireli, which
that's E-R-E-L-I, is that correct?
Right.
Which is I think a shortened version of a Portuguese entity name.
Correct.
Okay.
So we recommended this structure solely because it has been in place since 2019, if I'm not wrong. So this allows the company to incorporate with a single shareholder. This shareholder can be corporate shareholder as well. This was ideal for our client because Brazil companies, before incorporation, all the corporate documents and the individual documents of the company officers are required to be notarized, apostilled, and then sworn translated to Portuguese. This is a very time consuming process because our clients were a big publicly listed company, as I said, and if we had a lot of documents in place, then there were different company officials involved who stayed in different time zones, and we were also experiencing the COVID-19 pandemic in between. So consequently, there were a lot of engagement hurdles, and we had to find the fastest route to ensure that all the requirements are met in a timely manner, and all the translation and apostille and legalization are also done swiftly. So this structure helped us to expedite the process. Along with that, a Brazil company is also required to have a local representative and an administrator. For this specific company type, the prescribed minimum capital was 600,000 USD, which is usually the paid up capital requirement for most Brazil companies, but it depends on the business activity as well and may differ.
Okay, carry on.
Yes, so for this engagement, once we determined the corporate structure type, we figured out how to get the corporate documents consularized, legalized, and we had everything in place. We were able to go ahead with the incorporation straight away. Healy Consultants provided our client with the local legal representative and the administrative services. The incorporation part in Brazil is a bit challenging because since our client had alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverage equipment processing as the business activity, so it was challenging for us to secure an approval from the Brazil government. Consequently, what we did was to first register the company with simple business activity. So we registered the company as a holding company, and we secured the approval from the Brazil government. Once that was completed, we submitted an amendment to the business activity, and we gradually added all the proposed activities in the company's constitution. This was an efficient way to first secure the incorporation numbers of the Brazil company, and once that is done, the client was able to gradually sign contracts with their customers and potential clients in Brazil. This also helped the client to timely start their operations in Brazil, and also since we gradually added all the proposed activities, the company was gradually ready to be fully used by the client.
That's great, Raka. Thank you. It seems that, was this your first Brazil engagement?
Yes.
Okay. I would say that given the context of the COVID pandemic, the complexity of the engagement itself, that you will have learnt a lot from the engagement. What were a couple of key takeaways from this engagement that you will take forward to ensure a successful Brazil engagement next time around?
Right. So one of my key takeaways would be to finalize the corporate structure before proceeding with the document legalization procedure, because if the corporate structure changes or if there are any additions or subtractions of officer, then the process really gets delayed. So first would be to keeping the corporate structure simple, and I would also recommend the clients to use our local administrator and local representative, as it helps us to reduce the documents that we require from their end by a huge amount. So these would be some of my key takeaways.
All right, Raka, thank you very much. That's very interesting. We'll speak again soon.
Thanks, Mark.